What's up everyone, what's on the menu, back with another video, and this time we're going to go over all the weekly shenanigans and incidents that we covered this week. We're going to call it the weekly incident menu. Let's not waste any time and get into the first story we covered this week. First off, Jack Doherty crashing his car on the highway. Very unfortunate incident for himself and his cameraman, who unfortunately suffered more injuries during this incident. Main takeaway from this, besides Jack being reckless and he should pay attention to where he's driving, how he's driving, and what he's looking at when he's driving. This influencer stuff is kind of taking over his life, and it's starting to lead him down the wrong path. We need to make sure he has himself and others around him in a safe spot when he's doing all these things, because this could lead to a lot worse in the future. We just need to make sure that his family and the people around him are telling him that this stuff is going badly, because this is not going to lead down a good path. We saw in a video clip that he posted on his YouTube channel of him crashing his car and all the clips that he got from the car crash. After receiving hospital and medical treatment, he goes to his house and tells his mom kind of indirectly that he crashed, but not due to his own negligence. Based on the last time I checked, he still hasn't been reinstated on Kick, and his channel is still banned. So yeah, maybe he gets his channel back in the future, or maybe they had the last straw with his antics and they decided to remove him permanently because he may be a danger to himself and or others. So I guess we'll find out in the future. But on to the next story of the week. The next story that we covered this week was of Jason the Ween and him buying his parents and his aunt each a car. Nice to see Jason the Ween winning in life. He recently reached 100,000 subscriber goal in September. He was previously being harassed by the Angry Asian online, and then he was being attacked by other creators for whatever reason, because they felt as though his ego was getting too large, or maybe even other creators that thought he gained his subs through his subathon illegitimately. And even further, none of that seemed to bother Jason the Ween, and instead of responding to all these messages with hate and aggressiveness, he decided to respond with buying his parents and his aunt each a car by showing gratitude for all the sacrifices and stuff that they made for him while growing up, and the fact that he's gracious to have all this wealth and not just spend it on himself, which is very nice to see. Update: Jason actually ended up talking to the 949 podcast and suggested doing a podcast with them, but ultimately rejected his initial request because he felt as though he did not want to be disrespected like that any longer. He also had the Korean pop girl group New Jeans react to his video of him singing their ETA song with his Phase members, and it was actually an iconic moment. It went very viral. So Jason the Ween's doing his thing, he's still winning, and it's good to see that none of the negativity has really gotten him down. On to the next story. We had Jay-Z and Beyonce sending a cease and desist notice to Piers Morgan, and as a result of that, he ended up issuing a public apology on his show, Piers Morgan Uncensored. The recent incident of Piers Morgan having a guest on his show that actually spoke negatively about Jay-Z and comparing him to the likes of Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein was not something that he took lightly. As a result, he decided to take potential legal action against the popular British television host and media personality. Piers Morgan understood the gravity of the cease and desist and decided not to play any games, gave an apology, and called it that. The guest that caused all this stir in the first place, Jaguar Wright, was someone that said a lot of things about Diddy prior to his initial arrest by the feds, as Jay-Z might be someone next that we might have to watch out for in terms of shady stuff behind the scenes. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. Only time will tell. But regardless, I don't think anyone would like to be talked about negatively, whether in public or in private, and Jay-Z and Beyonce decided to put a stop to that. And for our final news segment of the week, we have sexual assault allegations being brought up against Young Philly in Australia. Young Philly was arrested earlier this week in Australia due to being brought up on charges of unconsensual sexual acts and other charges. We still don't have all the full facts of the case. During me doing the research for this video, it turns out that Young Philly has actually been granted bail. We'll receive more updates as the legal proceedings continue. We hope to get more information on the situation so that way we can paint a clear picture as to what's going on. Again, we can never say for sure what happened in that hotel room. Only Philly and the fan can. At the end of the day, I hope the wronged party receives justice. Alright y'all, and that's it for the weekly incident menu. If you like more celebrity and pop culture stuff like this, subscribe and leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts on the cases that we followed up on this week. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.